Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. I'm Phil. This is Reedy. Look at the state of him. I need somebody to help me cheer him up. He's in at work today. And Reedy, let's be honest, you've got a face on you like you're chewing a wasp. It's absolutely painful. So I'm sure you are reflecting what most Leicester fans are feeling like. So if you're out there, what I want is some comments to help cheer Reedy up, because this guy is normally so positive about Leicester. We always take the mickey out of you, so you got blue tinted specs on it. He's walked into work today and he's just absolutely, I think you're a bit down in the dumps, aren't you?
Well, it's more the point is, I've looked at the table and with what games everyone's got left, honestly, it just feels like it's just not possible to get up now. Again, I worked out the points that teams could get, who's in the bottom five now, and with what the points that everyone can get, I just feel like it's not going to happen to stay up. I just can't see it. And as much as I want to believe it, like you said last night, that we can beat Liverpool, I know we can do it if we're good enough and we play well enough. But it's just a point now where we are having to rely on other teams. So
Reedy's coming to work this morning. Instead of doing work, by the way, he's been sat there like working out all the permutations, and he did it all on a little memo pad. You should have brought the memo pad in. He showed it to me and goes, "Yeah, we're down. I've done it. I've worked it out."
Well, we did the video a few weeks back, didn't we, about the games that other teams have got left and whatnot, and where we predict things. But realistically, I think we said it's kind of gone out the window, hasn't it? Obviously, Brighton given, Forest and Everton wins, which we didn't expect.
Yeah,
we thought we were going to get points out of games we've just either lost or drawn to. So now it's got to the point where we've kind of left ourselves with 3 hard games, and you've got to pull out wins out of nowhere. So
come on, look at this face. You're going to help me cheer this guy. Are you feeling as bad as Reedy this morning? I think for a lot of fans, I've seen comments on stuff where it's like, it's dawning on fans a little bit that we might be back in that championship. The place, I don't think a lot of us thought we'd go back so quick. So if you've got any comments that you want to pop in there, Judy says, "Come on, chin up, Reedy. It's not happened yet. There's still hope."
There is still hope, yeah. But again, we've kind of left it a bit too late to get the points we need.
Thanks, Judy, for that. Keep a bit of positive. We're going to have to build up to the Liverpool game. Imran says we can beat Liverpool. Keep the faith. I was speaking with Imran last night on a Fan Zone show. We can beat Liverpool. I'm not sure I believe it, but we can beat them.
I know we can beat them. It depends if we do that. That's the problem.
I think Carl's feeling it like you. I hope you help Carl over in Cyprus. He says we're going down. He's beginning to feel it. Graham says, "Poor Reedy. Cheer him up, Graham. Give him something to be cheery about." Ben says, "All in the same boat, mate." I think Ben's feeling it like you. I've seen a lot of comments. I think a lot of fans are, I hate to say it, I think a lot of fans are resigning. I'm not going to say giving up, but are resigning themselves to the fact.
I've never got to the point where I said we're down, because I'd say Sam always says, "Oh, the last few weeks you've said we are down," but I've always said we've got the games to do it. But at this point now, we've played Leeds, Everton, and Fulham now, and we've not got enough points out of it, and we've left us with the 3 probably hardest games of the season left to pretty much gain 6 points or more, because if any other team above us gets points now.
I'm laughing because Tom's put this, and this is, I think Tom, just know we'll beat Liverpool and then lose to West Ham on the
We'll do the hard work and then we'll lose the easy one. Yeah.
Or we'll win away at Newcastle or something. And you go, where's that result?
That's what I mean, but that's the case as well now. Even if we get a win against either Liverpool or Newcastle, we might have to beat West Ham, and if we don't do that, it's game over anyway. So,
Paolo says here, "Foxes never quit, Reedy. You still have the fight." We've been saying this, Foxes never quit. I've got to be fair. it did feel on Monday, and you were there at Fulham at half time when the fans were saying you're not fit to wear the shirt. It did feel like the players had chucked the towel in. It felt like the fans had chucked the towel in a bit as well.
It's hard because, again, at 3-0 down, I never thought this is game over and whatnot, because there's still everyone can still come back and draw 3-3 or whatnot. And we did get to the point where we had that Vardy penalty, and if that went in, it would have completely changed the game. Like the game before against Everton, if we score a penalty, we probably go on and win it. So I don't like to be negative, but with the games that other teams have got and how we do it, it's just hard to even think.
Need to cover. Oh, look, here's great timing. Here's Sam with our cups of tea and coffee.
Cheers, mate.
Sam, are you just going to come in for a second?
I'll come in for a quick second.
It's literally, he made us a nice brew. Come on. We're trying to cheer Reedy up. We're literally trying to cheer Reedy up.
It's called the show Help Me Cheer Reedy Up.
We're trying to cheer Reedy up. You're going to have to get down a bit. Have you ever seen Reedy as glum as this?
No, something must be wrong.
So,
He's not said anything in the office all day.
he has been really good. So we're trying to get some things in there. Paolo says, we can't give up. It's not until it's mathematically possible.
That's the sort of thing I'd say. It's got to the point now where we've left it too late.
Yeah, if you got my honest opinion, we should have done it against Everton, Leeds, Fulham. We've got Liverpool, who haven't lost in 6, 7, 8 games and won 6 in a row. Newcastle, who are Newcastle on form.
He looks so teeny there.
And then West Ham, who are picking up form, beat Man United. So I said to you after the Southampton game, I think we were as good as relegated after that. And I still stand by it. Nothing's changed. Players are not ambitious enough. Staff, there's no passion to put the money or the funds behind the team. We waste money. You can't see it. I think it sums up. It's our season to go down. I think that's just what it is. We're going to get rid of all of the players, all the negative players in the summer anyway.
Yeah.
So for me, just do a rebuild. Championship for a few seasons is what it's going to be. Rebuild.
Oh my God, you're doom and gloom as well.
I was going to say, he's trying to make me cheer and not make me even more depressed.
Well,
Come on,
we're going to need to get the fans back.
Get lost. He's not helping. Did he just start saying we'll have a couple of seasons in the
We're
Championship?
down.
We'll be lucky to not go out to League One.
Need you guys to help bring a smile to it. Paolo said smile before we've done it before. Spit that wasp out. Sam's just coming in. Thank goodness he brought a nice cup of tea. Graham says, be like Phil, keep your faith.
Normally it's the opposite way around.
All season we've completely
It's filming us now.
We've completely flipped switches because I've been doom and gloom, but now I'm just like beyond that. I think we've just got to get in there and win it. I think we'll struggle to make the playoffs. Ben, he's as bad as you. Not talking about playoffs. Although, Reedy, you're too young to have experienced.
I've never seen a relegation. So.
You don't remember a relegation?
I've never seen a relegation.
You don't remember? Oh, he's so young. He's poor. He's just a little baby of Leicester Fan TV. He's the little baby. He's you don't remember 2008?
I wasn't there, was I? I was
only this big.
They just.
It's all right. Mick says here, we're gone. Sadness will turn into acceptance, and you'll feel better in the next 3 weeks. Mick, we're here to cheer Reedy up, and we're trying to cheer you up. It's not working. We can beat Liverpool, but we won't. The fight is gone. Apart from the odd glimmer of false hope, we've been down since we lost to Southampton. Southampton was a big one, wasn't it?
I think every single one of them was a big one.
Bournemouth at home is the one that sticks in my stomach.
Again, we can say we should have done this, that, and whatever, but again, we've left it to Liverpool at home, where again, there's always anyone can beat any team on any day, but the way we're playing, and I said after the Fulham game, straight after, I said that we've won one, drew two, and we've only gone and lost one in the last few minutes, in the last few days. So again, it's difficult because I just thought maybe it was an off day, but now we've got to play. Like I say, we've got to beat Liverpool, and that's the situation now.
Andy says, beat Liverpool, we couldn't beat Blackburn. And don't forget, Blackburn didn't make the playoffs in the end. Peter says, been there, done it. Best season we had was in the second division. We will be there. We will be there, whatever league we're in. Ethan says, hate to say it, but I've genuinely lost all hope I had. Doesn't even feel right now.
Thing is, even if Forest drew that game the other day, it would have been a lot more of hopeful situation. Now it's more the point of you've just got to rely on other teams losing. That's the situation we are in now.
I mean, Richie says it's the board's fault, it's Rodgers' fault, it's the players' fault. They're all to blame. I think until the end of the season, there's no point getting into a blame game. We've just got.
It's more of a rally cry now, isn't it?
Got to. We were talking in the office. If anybody, if you got any ideas, shout them out. We were talking. What can Leicester Fan TV do before Monday to try and help the situation? And we were a bit scratching our heads, of things to do. Supporters never quit, says Ross, which is true. The players are already picking their next club. Again, sadly, I've got a feeling that is exactly what is going on in there. Top needs to go into the dressing room and have a chat with the players. I said last night, Andrew, I think they need to allow a couple of fans into the dressing room before kick-off, Reedy.
I don't think Top should go anywhere near the dressing room, to be honest. It needs to be someone who's passionate about the club, like say one of us lot, or anyone who gives a crap about the club, to be honest. Like say Arsenal did it. If you watch the Arsenal documentary on Amazon, I think, and they were saying literally one of the cameramen who did it for 40 years went in there, and I think they gone won the game. So it's not probably because of that, but it helps a lot because all it takes is one win against Liverpool, and you'll have the fight and hope again. That's the difference.
Yeah, Imran says we'll be the first club to get promoted, win the league, win the FA Cup and get relegated. I mean, Imran, again, I don't really want to get into it too much because I don't want to get into being that team in the Sky TV and the Championship would love to have Leicester City in the Championship next season in some ways, because every week the story will be Premier League champions 7 years ago playing away at Plymouth, playing away at wherever. We'll be the big fish in that league because we've won the Premier League. And I know teams like Leeds and Southampton, if they go down, will say, oh, they're big clubs and they've gone down. But apart from Blackburn, would be the only other team who's won the Premier League and then got relegated. And we've done it so quickly after winning it. It is embarrassing. Problem is, it's no longer in our hands. We've blown so many chances, which is, I think this is why Reedy's in a bad mood.
But that is the situation. We're in a situation now where we've not done the job in the games we needed to, and it's got to the point now where, like I say, I'm going to keep saying it. We've left 3 games now to go. Like you said, we've got to get at least a win against Liverpool or Newcastle, and then a beat in West Ham. But if the other teams do it and get points here and there before the last game of the season, we could be showing relegation before we even hit the last day of the season. So.
Carl says the Foxes have quit. It feels a bit like it, but Carl, what can we do to switch that round for Monday? Peter says we've beaten Liverpool before and we can beat them. I'm really looking forward to Monday now.
There's always hope there, and again, how late does it have to be for the players to? Again, with Maddison, what he said after the game, as much as people don't agree with it,
what did he say? Just remind me.
His words were, we weren't hungry enough, and we didn't fight for it enough. But again, I don't see it in
good analysis there.
I don't see it in a negative way though, as in I don't think he meant it as saying that he just didn't want to fight, because I don't think all the players on the pitch went out there just to toss about. I thought they did try, it just didn't work for him on Monday. And as much as people can say he just didn't perform well, maybe Fulham just had us tactically perfect, and they just worked as well. But again, how late does it need to be until the players need to start just giving everything they can to bust the gut to run back or whatnot? Sunchu's already left basically, and he's still one of our best players. So I don't know how that's possible. I thought he'd be one of the people who have already given up because he's gone. So there's always hope there. Yeah.
I mean, Jason says people comparing us to Blackburn need to give their heads a wobble. We've achieved a lot more and lasted longer in the Premier League than they ever did. I don't think that's statistically correct. We came up in 2014. We're going back down within 10 years. I think Blackburn listened Pete for very quickly under Jack Walker and all the, Alan Shearer, and this is all before you, Reedy, I know, but Blackburn effectively bought the league, people said at the time, spending bigger money than everybody else, but they have risen and they have come back down. I think that will be the comparison. Julian, hi Julian, hope you're well, mate. If ever you need any print, get in touch with Julian Swift. There you go, Julian, free advert for you, mate. Big City Graphics. Julian says it's a total attitude thing. Let's hope the crowd are up for it and will translate to the players. I've got to be fair, Reedy. The last couple of games at home, the Everton game at home, I thought was a good atmosphere, really good atmosphere where I sit.
Again,
a lot of noise where we sit in the
I feel like I have to disagree with that. It was a good atmosphere from my point of view. Maybe your area was fine, but for me, it just seemed quite well. It was good at one point, and then because we conceded, it just went flat. You need to just back up every 2 seconds. I'd say I never stopped singing, even at 5-1 down on Monday, I was still singing.
I tell you, at the King Power, if people haven't spotted it, I sit over near P Block, and fans are migrating over towards that area. Not to sit near me, but because we're near the away fans, and it's a good atmosphere. There's banter, they're singing. So join us up in P Block and in the family stand. We make some noise down there. Reedy will get a relegation free beer on Monday.
No, Willie, will we get a free relegation beer?
I hope not. Forget free beers. Let's just concentrate on the match. It's not party time. Jason Bourne reported before Fulham game that there was still a sense of complacency within the club and that they still think they'll be fine. I can't wait to get rid of these weak players, says Locks. Hope you're well, Locks.
Again, I always want to be on the positive look of it and think that Fulham was just a one-off. Because the games before that, as much as we didn't play well, and you said we'd not played well, we still got points out of it. It might have not been the greatest amount of points we wanted, but 5 points was good to say that we were struggling to even get points before that. So again, was Monday just an odd day for us, and we go into the Liverpool game hopefully getting a point, but even his points are good enough now. That's the issue.
Yeah. It doesn't help fans shouting you're not fit to wear the shirt. We should encourage not getting on their back. I've got to be fair, Richard.
I wasn't a fan of that at all. As much as people,
it's not going to help at half time.
As much as fans want their say, I get that. But if you're already kind of throwing the players out of the team and whatnot halfway through a game, why would they want to come out for the second half? You might it could have been even worse.
Well, yeah, somebody told me, I don't know, somebody said Victor Christensen came over at half time.
Yeah.
Just before at half time.
As I walk into the tunnel, he's tried to give us a bit of a boost.
But
it's like, that's what I mean. He wants to show it.
Yeah.
As much as we think we are relegated, or as many fans want to say we're relegated, the only thing we can do now is back them until the end of the season, because Rodgers is gone. You wanted him gone. You've got him gone. As much as I tried to back him as much as I can, it's probably the right choice now. But now he's gone. What we've got left is all we've got. So you've got to either back them until the end of the season and see how we do. Otherwise, you might as well just write the season off now and throw in the towel, because as much as I seem like I have, there's still hope there. So you've just got to make sure you get it. And there's any way of doing that is by backing them still.
You think you're going on Britain's Got Talent?
No, I'm not a great singer. I don't know what you're on about.
No.
We'll be in Ipswich and Hull though next year.
We'll be in Ipswich and Hull. Come on, Reedy. I can still do it.
It was a brilliant song to sing though.
I've seen more passion and fighting out people's home that first half. Absolute shambles. You can clearly see it doesn't mean anything to some of the players. Drop Wes Wout Bides and play Johnny Evans.
He knows me, he's taking the piss.
He's winding up. Dean Smith's setup was awful. No central CDM in recent weeks is starting to show. Game becomes a basketball match. Defensively, we are shambles as it is without proper protection. Ben, Reedy, Pape Mende. I quite like him. I'd probably pick him in my starting 11. Why does he not make a match day squad?
No idea.
Mendy?
I always
because
say...
I prefer him to Ndidi. I certainly prefer him to Sumari.
I always say that there's obviously reasons why the managers pick someone else over someone else. So, for instance, Wilfred Ndidi, he obviously maybe picks him for his height because he might suit the game better. with Mendy, he is quite a small player. Obviously, Kante, it didn't matter, did it? Because he was still an insane player. But I think we have to play KDH and Thomas next game. They lack quality, but need nutrition. Yeah.
I'd probably go with that. And I'm going to add to that, I'd make Jamie Vardy captain. I wouldn't play Yuri Tillemans. I'd just say, Yuri, you're gone.
This is how much it changes.
I'd rather have Dewsbury Hall in that side than Tillemans.
Because
Dewsbury Hall will be here next year.
I don't think Dean Smith will change it to the point where...
Well, he needs to.
It depends. It's either what...
Because if we're going to go down, let's go down fighting.
It's either quality or
passion.
Let's go
down fighting.
Yeah, it's either quality or passion.
Well,
and you'll need passion.
Well, I'm sick of people saying this quality because that's what's got us in this mess.
No, I'm not saying we have got enough quality. I'm not saying we have got enough quality. I'm just saying that. Yeah,
the players saying.
So for instance, I did say I wanted Dewsbury Hall dropped because he's just not good enough. But the problem is, someone like Yuri Tillemans might have quality when it comes to being higher up the table. When it comes to now, he just hasn't got it in him.
He's got nothing. I wouldn't have Yuri Tillemans in the squad, if I'm honest. He's leaving the club in 3 games. The shit has hit the fan. We're in doomsday mode now.
Now it depends.
You need people who are prepared to lay down there.
It all depends on what Dean Smith
decides
to do. Because he might just think the best way to get out of this is by putting out the best players. But
yes, well, logically it is. But I think
at this point you've just got to put in your players who are just going to give some bollocks and do something with it.
Peter says KDH should start. Graham says should any. And you see, I won't play any of the under-21s. I think that's not fair on them. Drop Yuri, he isn't bothered now. Play Mendy and KDH. I would agree with that, 100%.
Them two in midfield, you're automatically getting a bit of a fight in the team, isn't it?
Sumari. I'm trying to cheer Reedy up, so I'm not going to talk about Sumari. KDH has passion and energy. I agree. And probably, Luke Thomas has it, Christensen has it.
But it was like the
Players has it, Soyuncu has it, Vardy has it.
It always comes down to like the little parts. Obviously, it's not about performing well, but it's like putting your bodies on the line and just getting your legs stuck in there instead of just taking your foot out of the challenge so you don't get injured. It's little bits like that. It's like Soyuncu, I think when he did it against Wolves, every single ball, even if he got hurt, he just put himself in. He had a black eye against for the last game, and it just shows because he gets stuck in.
Yeah,
everyone should be getting black eyes if they want to get stuck in. As much as it might not be a good look, it just shows you want to get stuck in.
Yeah, indeed. Locke says, put Iverson, Ricardo, Soyuncu, Fires, Thomas. I think there's a chance Nacho might.
Do you know what? I'd even say Suit at the moment. He's got a bit of
fight in there.
Bit of a strong push in there at times, and he's got his head there. So
I think, and I'm going to say this and see what people think as well. I think some of what Dean Smith tactics he could do is say to people like Suter, you're going to be here next year. Whatever, you've signed a contract. Victor Christensen, you're going to be here next year. Jamie Vardy, you're going to be here next year.
Do what you can.
Do you want to play in the Premier League or do you want to play in the Championship? Because Yuri Tillemans, he's not going to be here next year. No. He's not wanted to sign a contract.
So that's where
he's not staying.
As much as someone like Maddison,
when you say which league do you want to play in Yuri, he's like, well, I'm going off to a different team.
So you're not playing there.
So
that's what they should do. You went, are you staying? No, I'm not. Bye then. We won't play you then. Because you want people who want to stay up in this league.
And Barry says play 2 up top and get rid of the tippy-tappy football. There was quite a bit of tippy-tappy football on Monday.
It's so hard because it's like the amount of times I'm moaning about Barnes, but then when you play 2 up front, who else have you got? Your favourite player up front with Vardy. And then we just won't do that because Barnes is fit, so he's going to be in that side, and it's just so hard to see anything positive when there's certain players on the pitch. He just doesn't want to do anything.
We're meant to be cheering Reedy up, Callum.
I've had a boost since I've been here.
Do you feel a bit better now?
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to do some work in a minute?
I've been doing loads of work this morning.
I know, but you've been crying half the time into that cup of tea, mate. We need to sort that out. Imran says Suter positionally needs to improve. He has switched off a few times already, which has cost us goals. Locke says, which is worse, 2004, 2008, or 2023? 3 bad years, Locks. What? Which is worse? In a way, this one almost, because of what we've just achieved, I would say, because we've won the league, been in the Champions League, been in the Europa League, been in the Europa Conference League semi-final, been in an FA Cup final, Locks, all within the last 7 years. I would say because we've achieved all that, to then this is like falling off a cliff, and you go, oh, that's why I think this is probably worse, because 2008, we were woeful for several years before that. We deserved to get relegated in the end. 2004, again, was after administration and Premier League, it was all a bit chaotic. So I think this one, we literally will go from heroes to zeros if we get relegated. That for me is the rise and fall of a global football soccer club. It will be a story if the 5,000 to 1 superheroes of the world get relegated. So
again, I look at the positives about if we do go down there, and that's if we do. A lot of people say we're going to be stuck down there for a while. I honestly don't think we will. But the quality we do still have going down there, not everyone's going to leave. I mean, to be honest, the only people that are going to leave are the people that we already saying that we don't want to play. Yuri Tillemans, he's going to be gone. He's not playing as much as he is anyway. Madison, he's going to be gone anyway. But you're still going to have the likes of Dewsbury all in there, Christensen, Suter, the people who have not proven it in the Premier League, but they've done enough to say that these deserve to be in the Premier League. So there's still enough quality there to hopefully push straight back up.
It's going to be a really interesting one, isn't it? Somebody put in that there's a march walking down from Nelson Mandela Park at 7:20 on Monday to the ground to try and stoke up some atmosphere, which would be interesting. So good luck to all those who do that. We'll probably be in the pub by the Blues Bar first, so may miss that. It ain't over till the final whistle goes. More twists and turns coming in the last 3 games.
I hope so.
Gray says, hopefully they'll raise their game for Liverpool.
Again, as much as I'd hope for that, and if it does happen, again, all I'm going to say is if Forest or Everton now get any more points, it doesn't matter if we beat Liverpool. I'm sorry, it doesn't, because we're not going to be able to catch them. Yeah. And that was how big the game against Fulham was, because if Forest did lose or draw to Southampton, it would be a completely different situation. But because both of them won, now it's down to other teams to lose for us.
Yeah. Locks says he thinks 2004 and 2008, at least the players were trying. In 2008, they just weren't good enough. And I actually feel, Locks, we're probably not good enough this season, but I think we can still do it. And yes, please, Locks, do come back to Leicester Fan TV. We'll be grateful to have you back, mate. Are you feeling a bit more cheery, Reedy? Let us know.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'll get there. Hopefully Monday night. Hopefully we can go to Peter's Pizzas and we can help.
Will pizza cheer you up?
Yeah, well, yeah.
A nice big pizza.
Of course it will.
All right,
And food will always cheer me up.
We'll see it. We'll go down Peter's first. Yeah, if you want to join us, we'll see you down there 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
5. Listen, we'll be building up. We're just wanting to go live to cheer Reedy up so he can do some actual work today.
I've already done loads of work today.
Look, there's been lots of positive comments, so thank you for everybody. There's been probably a lot of what you class as, I'm not going to call them negative comments. They're probably just it's the dawn of realisation.
Well, you know me. I've been trying to be positive all season, so it's now kind of hit me after the Fulham game that it might be the end of all the positivity.
It ain't over yet, mate. I've watched too much Leicester. I've been around a little bit longer than you. I've seen impossible escapes from relegation. The spirit of Tony James needs to. He doesn't even know Tony James. I'm going to show him some Tony James. Should we go and watch that match? Oxford, 1991.
Later this week, I'll
show you that. Albert Street.
I'll find the video from the watch along from Liverpool last year when we won 1-0.
You watched that,
and I was screaming my head off when Lubman scored that goal. So hopefully that will give a bit of positivity back to us.
I'm going to go on YouTube now and find Leicester City 1, Oxford United 0, Tony James, Sir Tony James, and that's what we need a bit of. Thanks for watching. We'll see you the next time we need cheery reading. Reedy cheering up.
Yeah.
We'll go live and we'll see you. You're doing a match preview anyway, aren't you, soon?
No, no, Jane will be doing that. We will be doing the tactics talk.
Tactics talk. Flipping try. That's the only tactics, isn't it? Put some effort in. Thanks, everybody. See you later.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everard's, Pucka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hologram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newbie & Co. Estate Agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.